Hey YouTube, Ed here with Jack of All Trades, and welcome to another video. So like it says in the title today, what I'm going to talk about is what I feel is the best option for home defense as far as a firearm is concerned to protect you and your family in your home. But before we do that, as per the usual, I got to ask you to go down, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you ring that notification bell so you get notified of upcoming videos. And if you're liking these kind of content or these kind of videos, please let me know in those comments and I will continue to do more of them. So what do I think is the best home defense option for your protecting you and your family? A shotgun. And this particular shotgun is a Remington 870 12 gauge pump action shotgun. And I would always recommend a pump action shotgun, not a semi-auto. Why is that? Because these pump action shotguns just flat work. You don't ever have to worry about jamming issues. You don't have to worry about gas rings or seals failing and not having the thing cycle. You don't have to worry about what kind of ammunition you put in them. They are always going to shoot. I don't care if it's an 870 Remington, if it's a Mossberg 500, whatever. Just make your home defense shotgun a pump action shotgun because they always work. They are very, very, very reliable. Yes, they're not as fast in cycling, but you know what? You really don't need to be able to wrap off shots that fast or any faster than what you need for with a pump action shotgun. So what have I got here? I have got an 870 tactical pump action shotgun. It's got an 18.5-inch barrel on it. I've got it equipped with a flashlight right here, and I kept my flashlight extremely simple. I don't have any wires or any kind of funny things like that. All the switch for the flashlight is right here on the back side, and all I have to do when I'm shouldering the shotgun is reach up here with my thumb because the slide would be forward, and then I could push the button and my flashlight is on, and then I can push the button and the flashlight is back off. So it's very accessible right there. It's a nice short shotgun. It's easy to handle. It's easy to maneuver around in a house, and it will literally do everything that you want it to do. Now this particular shotgun does not have choke tubes in it. It is a fixed choke shotgun, and I believe it's a modified choke. And what I do is I load this shotgun up with double-aught buckshot, and that's what I keep in my house for home defense protection. Now why do I not use an AR or a 9mm pistol or anything like that? And it's one reason and one reason only, and that's over penetration. Double-aught buckshot is going to get the job done. It's just simply going to work. And if you do miss, it's going to slow down relatively quickly, and you're not going to really be in that much danger of parking shell or parking pellets in your neighbor's living room or in their bedroom or something like that if you live in a place where you have neighbors. And if you do live in a place that has neighbors and they're really, really close and double-aught buckshot is a concern for you, you can load this down with like a number 5 shot turkey load or a number 4 shot turkey load, and it's going to be very, very effective in your home. I prefer buckshot because of the stopping power that it has, but those bird shots, those heavy bird shot, like I said, a number 4 turkey load or a number 5 turkey load, that's a 3-inch shell, and they're really, really fast, and there's a lot of power in that shell. Somebody's certainly going to up and take notice if you have to put one of those into them to get them to stop doing whatever they're doing in your home and to protect yourself and your life and your family's life. So there are several options here. You can load it down with 2 3/4-inch shells to make the recoil a little more manageable. You can load it down with 3-inch shells so you get a higher pellet count. There's a lot of different options here. So let's talk about home defense and why I don't use a handgun. It's much easier to shoot a shotgun, first off, because you have 2 points of contact with it. It's much easier to control. You don't have to be as accurate with a shotgun because you typically have more than one projectile coming out of the barrel of the shotgun. The old adage is close only counts with horseshoes and hand grenades. A shotgun also falls into that category. You don't have to be quite so precise to still inflict a large amount of damage on an intruder in your home. And let's face it, I paced it off in my house. It's 11 steps from my bedroom door to the furthest wall in my home. So it's about 33 feet that I have to deal with on that level of my house. That's not a long distance. And though a handgun may work really well with a shotgun, you don't even really have to aim all that precisely. You can pretty much just point it and you're going to hit what you're shooting at. So I've got a target set up here. It's about 10 yards away. it's about average range that you're going to have inside of an average home. And we're going to put some shots on it. I'm going to shoot double-aught buck, and then I'm even going to shoot some slugs out of it, just to see what kind of a shot pattern we get and what kind of accuracy we get. And I'm even going to do some of it where I'm not really aiming it. I'm just going to basically point shoot it and see how well we do there. So let's go ahead and get loaded up, and let's see how we can do on this target. All right, so I've got a 3-inch double-aught buck here. I'm just going to load in one. I'm going to hold it center mass, and I'm going to do my best to aim center mass as best I can, and we're going to see what it does on this fresh paper target here. Now, like I said, we are only 10 yards away, so let's see what this does. Firing in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I held center mass, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 pellets. Center mass of this thing. All the pellets basically went into the kill zone here of this perpetrator, and I have no question in my mind that he's not getting back up again. And it wouldn't take anything for me to jack in another shell if I had to and fire another shot to get the job done. All right, so now we're going to do a little bit of a test here. I'm going to put in just one shell, and I'm going to point shoot, and I'm going to see how I do point shooting this shotgun without really aiming it. I'm just going to basically hold it and point it in the direction of the target and see how I come out there. Firing in 3, 2, 1. All right, so again, everything is center mass. I got one flyer out here. I was not really aiming. I was just pointing it at the target. And at 10 yards, in a high stretch situation, if you don't have your aim on really good, you can still very effectively engage a target with a shotgun and really not have any problem doing so. All right, so now I've got 3 rounds of 3-inch Magnum double-aught buck, and I'm going to do 3 very quick succession shots, not so much to look at my accuracy, but to see how quickly I can get 3 shells out of the gun. Now, grant you, I've been hunting since I was 5 years old. I've been handling pump action shotguns my whole life, so I know how to use a pump action shotgun, but at the same time, it's not hard to learn. So if you are looking at a home defense gun, but a pump action shotgun kind of scares you a little, don't. It doesn't take a whole lot of practice. And you can buy some really light loads to practice with to get your muscle memory down on how to make a shotgun work. But I'm going to fire these 3 shots with full double-aught buck 3-inch Magnums, and we're going to see how fast I can shoot, reacquire the target, and then the last shot that I'm going to do is going to be a headshot. So as happens in professional video, I forgot to hit record, and I can't re-record because I blew my target to hell, and so my target is effectively useless. But you can see I pretty much cut that 2x4 in half. I fired 3 shots very, very quickly, and I will refire 3 shots just to let you see how fast I can fire the shots. But I fired them very quickly, and as you can see, I got him in the head on the last shot, and I pretty much peppered the center section, center mass of the target, and enough to the point where I literally broke that 2x4 in half. So that's some pretty serious power we're dealing with. So let me go ahead and let me turn the camera and show you how fast I can actually cycle these shells, because you missed it because I didn't hit the record button. So I've got, again, 3-inch Magnum, double-aught buck, and we're going to fire them as fast as I possibly can. So let's see how quickly I can pump off 3 shells. Very, very quickly. And there you have it. So in my opinion, the best option for home defense as far as a firearm is concerned is a pump action shotgun, preferably in a tactical configuration like this one is, with an 18-inch barrel on it, something that you can mount a flashlight to, something that's got an extended magazine tube on it so you can get a couple of extra rounds in there. And this is what I would always recommend to somebody who would come to me and say, hey, I'm looking at buying a firearm to have in the house to protect my family. What would you recommend? This is what it's going to be. Either Remington, Mossberg, I don't care. A pump action 12 gauge shotgun is what I am always going to recommend. And there are some places out there that you can go where you can get some pretty reasonable off-brand pump action shotguns. You can get yourself into a gun like this for less than $300. And you can have exactly what you need to protect you and your home and your family if the need ever arises. Make sure you get something with that you can put a flashlight to. You can order these flashlights off of Amazon. Get something with a high lumen rating. And I always say get a high lumen rating for one, it helps you to see better. And two, if you do have to use this thing in a defensive situation, that really bright light can disorient your attacker and give you those precious extra second or two to get a shot off while they're blinded by the light. Blinded by the light. And actually be able to more effectively protect you and your family if you ever do have an attacker in your home. So make sure you get something that's got a high lumen rating. This particular flashlight, I like flashlights with rechargeable batteries. I can cycle them on and off the charger every other week and make sure I've got a good fresh battery in here at all times. The nice thing that I like that you can do with a shotgun is you can load the magazine, not load the chamber, and then if you ever do need to use the shotgun in defense of your life, it's just a simple matter of racking the shotgun and you can have a shell loaded up and you're ready to go. Now this particular shotgun, like I said, I can carry 7 rounds in the magazine, and if I do have a hot chamber, then I can actually carry 8 rounds on board if I'm using 2 3/4 inch shells. If I'm using 3-inch Magnum shells, you reduce that by 1. So then it goes to 6 in the magazine and 1 in the chamber. So you could get 7 on board with 3-inch Magnum shells. I load down with 2 3/4 inch just because then I can have that extra shell in my gun when I need it. And to be quite honest with you, at 10 yards, you really don't need a 3-inch. A 2 3/4 is really enough to do what you need it to do. You've got 7 or 8 shells on board, depending on which you go with. So if you have more than one attacker in your home, you have plenty of ammunition on board to go ahead and take care of all the threats in your home. They're fast to load. These shotguns are really easy to load. You just slide the shells in the loading gate down here. If you've got shells in your pocket, or if you've got an exterior shell holder out here that you can buy, and I'll put a picture of one of those up. It's just a neoprene sleeve that you can put extra shells in if you need them. You'll have plenty of ammunition on board to go ahead and take care of any threats. So that's the video for this week. Now, if you're liking these kind of videos, like I said, go ahead and make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below. Make sure you ring that notification bell so you get notified of upcoming videos. And if you like what I'm doing out here and you're liking this kind of content, please let me know in those comments and I will continue to do more videos like this. With that, this is Ed from Jack of All Trades. As always, thank you for stopping by. Thank you so much to my longtime subscribers and everybody who watches these videos. I really do appreciate it, and that's the only way I ever ask you for support. And as always, we will see you on the next video.